And she was like whispering, like she was hiding or something. And I said, "Where are you?" And she goes, "Well, I came in my room." And she was like, "And somebody's with them. He broke into the back window and came in, and somebody's with them." And I was like, "Are you serious right now?" So I told her, "Okay, lock your room door and stay in there. And I'm about to call some other family members who live close to me." And I said, "I'm on my way." So she said, "Okay." And I got off the phone with her. I didn't want to get off the phone with her, but I don't have a separate phone to be calling other people. So then I called my brother, who lives about 10 minutes away, and he answered, thankfully. And I was like, "Hey, can you go over there?" And he said, "Call the police." And I was like, "Okay." So he goes, "I'm on my way. I'll meet them over there." So he jumps in the car and gets over there real quick. And I'm still about 25 minutes out. So I called the police, and they said, "Somebody's breaking into your house right now?" And I said, "Yeah." And they were like, "Are you in the house?" And I said, "No." And they go, "Are you watching on the camera?" I said, "No, my daughter's in the house, but she's inside of her room with the door locked." And they said, "Okay, do you know who it is?" And I told them yes. And I told them everything that I could to describe him, down to what he's wearing, or what I remember that he was wearing, or at least the kind of shoes. I remember I told them the kind of shoes and the color backpack and the haircut. So they said, "Do you know this person?" I said, "Yeah, it's my son." And then they kept asking me a lot of questions about his mental capacity, which I really appreciated, because I felt like they really wanted to know who they were dealing with, especially because it's somebody who lives in the house, or like a family member. So I told them all the things, about the mental health issues, and the psychological issues, the oppositional defiance disorder, the pretty serious depression, and probably some other things I don't even know about. Honestly, in California, when your kids turn about 12 or 13, you don't necessarily have full access to their medical records unless they grant it to you. So even though I have partial access, I can't see every single thing that's been going on. But I know there's a lot of medications, and there are also a lot of medications with regard to being a transgender individual, as far as like just taking hormones and stuff like that. So it's a whole bunch of medications on top of ADHD and these other things that's been happening. So I told them all that information that I could over the phone. They call me back like 3 times. I'm zooming down the freeway. They calling me. I'm zooming back. They calling me. I hang up again, answer the questions. They calling me again. And then they call me again, and they said, "What kind of car do you drive? What color is it?" So that when I roll up, they know who I am and stuff. So